Next up, Chuck Norris, Mark Singer, Derek Ting. Wait, who's Derek Ting? Derek Ting is a writer, director, and star of Agent Recon. He co-stars in the movie with Chuck Norris, with Mark Singer, and the aforementioned Nikki Lee, who we talked about in her Turkish film earlier in the podcast. Agent Recon centers on a covert military task force. They track a mysterious energy disturbance at a secret base in New Mexico that is suspected of experimenting on alien technology. So the character of Derek Ting, he plays this interesting this agent who has superpowers himself. He goes into the mission with Mark Singer as his superior. They go in on a rescue mission to this remote outpost in New Mexico. Chuck Norris also joins in the fray. He's one of the good guys. That is Agent Recon on digital and on demand June 21st. Derek Ting, he had within the last, I think 8 or 9 years, he's done, I think 4 movies. He's directed 4 movies with working just on an indie budget. So credit to him. And during my interview with Derek Ting, you've actually interviewed him as well, Eric. He mentioned how really with scarce resources as an indie filmmaker, he was able to make something like Agent Recon, get Singer and Norris onto his troupe. Kind of cool. I just had a fun time with this movie. Eric, what is your review of Agent Recon?
Yeah, well, so I think this is probably an example, sort of what you said. The ambition goes well beyond what the budget is. And I think for a lot of people that might be a hindrance, or barrier to entry, so to speak. But after talking with Derek, you can tell that he's really got passion for this thing. And first of all, I had no idea when I was watching it that this was the third. I think they have Agent Revelation, and this is the third one, Agent Recon.
Yes.
And there's also certain aspects that I feel like if I watched the previous ones, I might be more locked in. But you just kind of roll with it. Someone says the thing, and it's like, okay, I get it enough that I can roll with that.
Yeah, there's just a lot of story with Agent Recon. Is Agent an alien? Where's the suit? Is he a super being? Is he just a man, part robot? Oh, what is Chuck Norris? So Chuck Norris, is he what? Right.
Chuck Norris was weird because when he showed up, I'm like, man, is his acting wooden in this? And then, oh, he's like a robot or a AI person.
Right,
so
yes.
that's his character.
Made sense. Yeah.
Mark Singer was absolutely fantastic in this.
Thank you.
Loved Mark Singer in this.
I told you, Eric, you hadn't finished the movie by the time we started speaking on the message. I go, Eric, wait till you see the third act when Mark Singer does his big monologue.
Yeah.
How good was that, huh?
Mark Singer was great in this from start to bit. Like early on, he's kind of like the grizzled war veteran, like, I've got, and it was pretty fun. And then, yeah, he just has like, Mark Singer's just like one of those actors that like just goes for it every time. And I don't know. I think he slept on. And congratulations for Derek Ting for bringing him in this because, I think watching Mark's, like, if this is not your type of movie, I think it's worth it just watching Mark Singer in this because he's fantastic in this movie.
Right. It'll be interesting to see where Derek Ting's career goes past Agent Recon, because I think a lot of people will invest in him as a filmmaker because they see that he can do all of these things with a limited budget, and he does a credible job in this film. And look, I don't blame him for bringing, he mentioned he had Michael Dorn on for the last Agent, the previous Agent film, and now for this one, he upped it up. No disrespect to Michael Dorn, but now you have 2 for the price of 1. You have Chuck Norris and Mark Singer, and they do a great job. And for me, it was a member berry just to see Chuck Norris in action again. It was just fun. Even though he is playing that wooden AI character, it's still fun to see him. And he has a really cool moment towards the third act of Agent Recon. And Derek Ting himself I'm interested to see the previous works to see how they measure up to Agent Recon, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of his movies. So, Eric, final thoughts and your rating on Agent Recon.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to see Derek Ting in more movies because I think he's kind of hindered in this a little bit because he's acting and directing. And sure. I think if you're trying to do action in the way his character is, I think you're better served as just an actor with a different director as opposed to directing yourself. That said, I think he's got a lot of potential as an action star, and as well as a director. Like, I would like to see what this movie looks like with like a like 50, $100 million budget, like with that, that same enthusiasm they has for this. But this kind of falls around 3-star banger territory. Because I think there's going to be people that just are not into this at all. But then there's going to be others like me that's like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. And plus Mark Singer.
Okay.
And as far as Chuck Norris, I'm not that big of a Chuck Norris fan
Oh,
in
there you go.
general,
Oh,
but
yeah. Yeah.
it was cool. It was cool seeing him in this regardless.
Yeah, different courses for horses. Eric, your rating on Agent Recon?
Yeah, I'll probably go 3-star banger on this.
Yeah, three-star banger for Eric Holmes. For me, it's so great how Eric actually three banger for Eric Holmes. Ding 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 ding. It's so interesting how he actually talks about other people and he doesn't know if people will like it or not. I'm very selfish. I am biased. I have my own ratings. What did I give this movie? No, don't put 4 stars. I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Eric Holmes, right down the middle, solid actioner. Looking forward to seeing what more. Look, I hope Derek Ting actually directs a different movie with Mark Singer on board again. Let's just see more Mark Singer movies, please, because he really knocks Agent Recon out of the park. Movie is out on digital and on demand Friday, June 21st.
This is CinemAddicts.